Beaver Blockade, written by Anthea Holzer and illustrated by Julia Bright-Kreitz. The story is inspired by the Resources and Wealth strand from the Social Studies in the Saskatchewan curriculum, and Naomi Klein's novel, This Changes Everything, Capitalism versus the Environment. Beaver Blockade by Anthea Holzer and illustrated by Julia Bright-Kreitz. It was morning. Claudia, Sebastian and their kits were curled up and warm in their lodge. The family had worked hard all night chewing and cutting down young aspen saplings. The kits, Rose, Lily and Jasmine, were experts in threading aspen trunks into existing holes and had finished filling in the enormous hole in the outside lodge wall. It would be Spruce and Poplar's job tonight to finish repairs. These two kits loved to play with mud and would splatter it everywhere, but they always blocked every hole and crack, making the lodge safe and warm for the winter. As the beavers started their day off sleeping, the rest of the world woke up. It was the birds who noticed it first. "Slick of death, death, death," chirped the chickadees as they darted through the aspen trees. "It's coming, coming, coming." "Oh no, not here," squeaked the mice, who scampered over to the lodge. The other animals of the woods also started to gather outside Claudia's home. The garter snake, elk, skunk, and deer all muttered amongst themselves. As their nervousness increased, so did their voices. "Who's going to wake up Claudia?" asked one of the mice. "We all know she's grumpy if she doesn't get enough sleep." "I can swim if I absolutely have to," stammered a skunk. "But I have to keep my head above water. I can't dive under the water into the lodge's entrance." "Claudia has a great sense of smell and excellent hearing," said the deer. "I'm sure she knows we're here already." With that, there was a ripple on the stream's surface, and Claudia came up for breath. "What is all this ruckus about?" she yelled. "My family are sleeping just as I should be." She glided to the edge of the stream, shook herself down, and stared angrily at the gathering of animals. "Sorry to disturb you, Claudia," said Deer, "but the birds have seen a slick of death upstream." "Oh my goodness," sighed Claudia. "Yes, we have a problem." As Claudia sat on the riverbank, all the other animals quietly gathered closer. "My sister Lila was pregnant with a second litter of kits when she experienced the slick of death. Humans call the slick of death oil. For us, the plants, the fish, and the water, it's poison. Lila slipped into the oil slick and couldn't get that thick, smelly, oily muck off her fur, no matter how much she rolled in the grass or rubbed up against a tree. That greasy mess clogged her fur and made it difficult for her to swim. She couldn't dive properly, and getting into the lodge was impossible. Lila slept outside all on her own, while the colony slept inside. When she gave birth to a litter, each little kit was already dead, and Lila died soon afterwards. Lila was as healthy as you, dear, before the slick of death. It was the oil and its poison that killed her and her kits. We cannot wait for the slick of death to kill us too. Let me wake up my colony and let's get ourselves organized. Don't worry, everyone. I'll think of something." Claudia waded into the stream, and with a swish of a huge paddle-like tail, she disappeared, leaving ripples on the water. "I'm scared," chattered the mouse to himself. "I have nightmares about the slick of death." "Me too," mumbled Skunk. "Don't worry. Claudia is creative. She'll come up with something," said Deer. "Here they come," squeaked the mouse, as he pointed at the growing number of ripples on the river. One by one, the beaver's family heads surfaced. Claudia, Sebastian, Rose, Lily, Jasmine, Spruce, and Poplar. Claudia waded to the riverbank, shook herself down, and looked at the group of animals. Each member of her colony dried off and stood supportively behind her. She waited for everyone to be quiet. It took a few minutes for the animals to settle down. Some were nervous and shuffled noisily. When silence hung in the air, Claudia took a deep breath and said, "I know you are scared, but I have a plan. If we stay, the slick of death will make the water dangerous to drink or swim in. It will kill life in the stream. The plants that we eat along the riverbank will make us sick. We have to leave our homes and make new ones. All the animals started to talk amongst themselves, and the noise level grew louder and louder. Claudia raised her fingered paws, and the animals abruptly stopped. In the silence, Claudia looked around the gathering and said, I know you don't want to leave your homes. I don't want to leave either, but we have to. Claudia paused for breath and said, Now listen to the plan. Sebastian is going to go downstream with Rose, Lily and Jasmine to find a spot in the river that narrows. They are going to start working on building the biggest, strongest dam they've ever made. The dam is to stop the slick of death from spreading any further. We need to limit the amount of plants and animals that are affected by this poison. I will stay here with Spruce and Poplar to help get everyone organised. We can build canals to float objects downstream or help you move safely to a new area. The chickadees and magpies are our eyes in the sky, and we will let us know how far the slick of death is. When you hear me slap my tail, and you all know how loud that can be, that is your final warning. You have to leave now. The water from that moment won't be safe, and you need to head downstream without drinking it. Once you get to the new dam, the water on the other side should be good to drink. Does everyone understand? Are there any questions? Claudia looked at all the animals gathered and waited for someone to speak. All the animals were silent. When Claudia next spoke, everyone listened intensely. Okay, Sebastian, Rose, Lily and Jasmine, you know what you have to do. Make sure the dam goes deep, all the way down to the bottom of the river. And there are plenty of aspen saplings nearby. You'll need a good source of building supplies to make the dam. You need to work hard and fast as the slick of death moves quickly. Off you go, and good luck. We'll meet you at the new dam soon. You can rely on us, said Sebastian, as he and the 3 kits quietly walked into the water and disappeared without a trace. Claudia turned to the gathered animals and said, Skunks, garter snakes, and mice, you have homes in abandoned burrows, under rocks, or in holes in tree trunks. If you need to gather anything, do so now. The animals ran, slithered, and scampered to double-check their homes. Deer and elk, said Claudia, you don't build or find a home like the other animals or myself. The outdoors is your home. We'll be heading south, closer to human habitats. You have the option to come with us or not. I know, dear, you can live in wetlands, grasslands, forests, scrublands, and in the mountains, but your habitat, elk, is more limited. Yes, Claudia, you're right, said Elk. I like to live in the forest and mountains. I think my herd and I will find another herd to join. Besides, it'll be mating season soon, and it's time to challenge a new bull or two. I'll be sad to see you go, but wish you all luck, said Claudia. Remember to stay away from the water in this river as you are on your travels. Thanks, bye, said Elk, as he and his herd of 6 turned and sauntered away. For the time being, we'll stay with you, Claudia, said Deer. Besides, it's always good to have tall members of the team with excellent vision. Yes, your keen eyes will make up for the lack of mine, Spruce and Poplars, chuckled Claudia. Glad to have you with us all. The slick of death, death, death is about a kilometre away, 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 chirped the chickadees. It's getting closer, called Magpie. Is everyone here? Where are the mice? Snapped Claudia. We're here, squeaked a chorus of mice. Good, she sighed. Spruce and Poplar, I want you both to join Sebastian and the girls. Tell them that the slick of death is close and they have to work even faster. You both need to fill in all the holes with mud. I know you're both good at that job. Now go. We'll be there soon. Spruce and Poplar glided into the middle of the river, waved and were gone from sight. We need to get moving, Claudia said with urgency. I move very slowly on land, so I will swim. We'll all move downstream together. Claudia waded into the river and slapped her tail on the water. Smack! The sound echoed throughout the woods. The elk heard the emergency warning and looked behind them. Good luck, Claudia, said Elk as he continued to head northwards. The mice scampered and scurried along the riverbank. The garter snakes slithered, the skunks trotted, and the deer bounced, and Claudia glided calmly yet briskly downstream. Claudia, Claudia, Claudia! Faster, faster, faster! Chirped the chickadees with urgency. The slick of death is 1/2 kilometre away, away, away. Are we nearly there? Squalled a mouse. I can't see anything yet, said Deer. I hope we get there soon, grumbled Skunk. I'm getting tired. Keep going, everyone. We can do it, encouraged Claudia. Claudia, Claudia, Claudia! Faster, faster, faster! Shouted the chickadees. The slick of death is 1/4 mile away, away, away. Come on, everyone. Let's move as fast as we can, urged Claudia. I'm going as fast as my feet can go, puffed a mouse. I'm going as fast as I can too, wiggled a garter snake. I think I can see the dam, exclaimed Deer. It's not far. Keep going, everyone. We're almost there. Claudia, Claudia, Claudia! Faster, faster, faster! Yelled the chickadees. The slick of death is behind, behind you! As the animals ran, swam, and wiggled as fast as they could suddenly see the dam through the trees. It stretched across the river from side to side. It looked big, strong, and sturdy. Here they come, cheered Sebastian. Rose, Lily, and Jasmine, Spruce and Poplar, cheered, yay, and clapped, yay, encouragingly. Come on, everyone, they yelled. Come on, everyone. The animals reached the dam, and Sebastian helped Claudia out of the water. They were all weak and tired, but happy to have made it. Is the dam as strong as it looks? Claudia asked. You bet it is, said Sebastian. Good, sighed Claudia. The chickadees flew overhead and sang, You made it, you made it, you made it. The slick of death is here, here, here. The animals stood on the river bank while the beavers stood on the dam and watched the black, slimy water ooze towards them. The slick of death clung to the aspen branches of the dam and the plants on the edge of the river bank. The clear water that once was full of life looked scary and imposing. The poison couldn't travel any further down the river, and the plants, water, and animals were safe downstream. You did it! Thank you, Sebastian, Rose, Lily, Jasmine, Spruce, and Poplar, for building a blockade to stop this terrible slick of death from killing any other habitats and plants further downstream. This beaver blockade will give us all the freedom to look for new food supplies, have clean water, and find new homes, announced Claudia. And thank you, Claudia, for leading us all to safety, said Deer.